Hello everyone and welcome in. Today is Friday, September 22nd, and we're going to be taking a look at what messages are coming through for you from God, Spirit, the Divine. And we'll be doing the sign groupings. You can check out the description box below for the links as to what time each of those groupings start. But before we jump into that, let's take a look at the overall reading for the collective right now. So we'll pull 3 cards here and see what message comes through, and then we'll see how that applies to each of the sign groupings. All right, so we have our Ace of Pentacles, we have our Page of Swords in reverse, and then we have our Eight of Swords. So our Ace of Pentacles energy, that's this kind of prosperous energy. Hello everyone and welcome in. Today is Friday, September 22nd, and we're going to be taking a look at what messages are coming through from God, Spirit, the Divine for you. I just started recording this video, and these were the 3 cards that I had pulled, and then it was a glitch and it said something went wrong. So I will pull more cards, but we'll reference these as well. So I will be taking a look by sign grouping, but we're going to start with pulling a few cards to look at what the energy for the overall collective is, and then see how that applies to each of our sign groupings. So I will go ahead and pull a few more cards here, but then I will also talk about the ones that I had pulled right before it glitched and see what sense that makes for us. So we have our 5 of Pentacles in reverse, we have our Ace of Cups in reverse, and then we have the High Priestess in reverse. So Ace of Cups in reverse, this is going to be that energy of kind of feeling like unloved, kind of like this lack of creativity. But then our 5 of Pentacles in reverse is about overcoming adversity and moving on. And then we have our High Priestess in reverse. So that's also kind of that, that sense of, just feeling sort of unloved and like not really embodying your divine feminine. So these together, when we put these together, that's kind of that rough, struggling energy. But then the 5 of Pentacles is about moving on. The interesting thing, so there's a little bit of that in the cards that I pulled the first time. We have our 8 of Swords and then our Page of Swords in reverse. And with our Page of Swords in reverse, this is kind of that like cynicism, bluntness, manipulation. And your 8 of Swords, is all about feeling like you're trapped, like feeling like you're stuck somewhere, and you're really not. But then your Ace of Pentacles is about kind of like exciting new opportunities. So in both sets of these, we have kind of this like heavy, dull energy, but then, in some way, shape, or form. But then there's also that silver lining, that moving on energy, that new opportunities, that new creativity coming in. So it looks like there's a little bit of a mixed bag, and some of it could be that we're still in that shadow period after Mercury retrograde. So for some people, this retrograde season may have been a really tough one, because it's really there to shed some light on what needs to be healed, what needs to be addressed or changed in order to put you on a higher timeline, to put you on a better path to be able to live a life true to yourself and embody that happiness. So kind of with both of these, where we have our Page of Swords in reverse, 8 of Swords, and where we have our Ace of Cups in reverse, High Priestess in reverse, both of those, it's kind of this energy of like, something's got to change, something's got to give. But then in both situations, we do have something changing. We do have something good, good coming in. And, so let's take a look. So it looks like maybe retrograde season did what it was supposed to do. So today let's start with our water signs. That's going to be our Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, and we're going to see what messages are coming through for you. Temperance. So this is all about balance and finding harmony and, kind of moderating your actions and seeing both sides. The jumper card was New Moon in Capricorn. Your hard work is paying off. So I will go ahead and pull another card because that was a jumper. But your hard work of being able to stay kind of even keeled is going to be paying off for you. And it says it's time to release negativity. Full moon in Scorpio. So that is, it's time to release that negativity. So whatever it is, whether it's like feeling unloved, whether it's that you're feeling stuck, it's time to release that and get on to the new happier part. So a lot of that is about changing mindsets, and in terms of releasing negativity, it's kind of casting that discerning eye on you, like what is it that needs to change. So we still do have a lot of things in retrograde. Let's see, I think we have Pluto, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, Jupiter, and Chiron. So it is about kind of like with Neptune, it's releasing that illusion. And some of this negativity is tied up in this illusion. It's maybe a story you've been telling yourself. Let's see. It says you're stronger than you realize. So you could be in a situation where you're staying somewhere because you think you're too weak to move on. You think you don't deserve it. You think whatever the case may be. But you're stronger than you realize. Like, you can do it. And yes, it may take some extra effort, but rather than putting in, call it 70% effort and staying miserable, wouldn't you rather put in 90% or 100% effort for a little bit, or 110% effort, and get over that hump, and then, be able to smooth sail? So let's take a look at our spirit animal card for our water signs. Butterfly, rebirth. You can reinvent yourself. Open to the rewards of change. You have brilliance to share with the world. Love every part of your journey. And so this is the whole thing of like, release this negativity, because you're stronger than you think. You can make this change. You can make this transformation. It's just a matter of, you need to have a little bit more perseverance, and you'll be able to get there. Let me push those up there. That was for our water signs. Now let's take a look at our air signs. So that will be our Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. And let's see what's coming through for you for today. Oh, some of those cards are starting to jump. All right. Death. I believe this came up for our air signs yesterday as well. So the death card, and that is, some of it is a matter of, when you look at these feelings of, oh, I'm being unloved, I'm, lacking the creativity, I'm stuck, I'm, feeling manipulated, whatever. There's kind of a death, like an ending to that. You've gotten to the point of realizing, you do have these new opportunities coming in. You do have some of that new, forgiveness, moving on, like overcoming. So you do have that within you, and that is coming. You just need to, harness that, especially with this High Priestess in reverse. I mean, like, look at some of those colors coming in there, and that's really, I would say those two going together. So, and the High Priestess in reverse is also, sometimes it's about like having secrets, or, uncertainty and all of that. And so it's kind of that, that ending to uncertainty. Like, you do have things are moving on for you. Things are getting better, but you have to be able to let that happen. All right, let's see what comes in with our moon card for our air signs. Be bold and make the first move. So some of it is if you're waiting there for somebody else to do something, and, well, things will get better when so-and-so does this. Things will get better when the universe sends me this opportunity. Things will get better when. No, you need to be the one to take the lead and say, things will get better when I decide to make these things get better. When I decide to let something fall away that's not working for me anymore. And it doesn't have to be, some people think, oh, that means a person or a job. No, sometimes it's whatever some belief is. Like, if you are afraid that, oh, this person's going to hurt me, this person's lying to me, and so you then tell yourself that, oh, they're probably lying, you're really robbing yourself of happiness and peace right now, because you're clinging to a narrative that doesn't really reflect the situation. So from a death perspective, let that go. Let it go. Like, be bold, let it go. Don't wait for the other person to have to do 27 things in order for you to say, okay, I think I'll let it go. And when you do, relief shall come quickly. So a lot of that, like I said, it's that mindset change that, you need to be able to shift some of these things within your mind and let go, and then release, like relief from that situation will come quickly. And it's kind of that phrase, whatever the expression is, like worrying doesn't change tomorrow, it just robs you of today, which is really true. All right, spirit animal, sea turtle, protection. You are master of finding life's flow. Be in harmony with the rhythm and your path will unfold. Persevere and you will succeed. You have everything you need to be protected and happy. So some of this in terms of the go with the flow, that's kind of this whole idea of, put your faith in the divine, kind of surrender to divine timing, divine will. Now remember, this doesn't mean you're throwing up your hands and saying, fine, whatever, I give up. It's not that. It's saying, me having a death grip on something isn't changing the outcome. It's not, it's not going to change the course of where things are going. It's just going to change, how do I feel as I'm going? Like, how do I feel as I'm getting there? So kind of the whole thing of when you're sliding on ice in a car, like instead of slamming on the brakes and trying to turn out of it, like you turn into it, I think. So, all right, let's go with our fire signs. That's going to be our Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. What is coming out for you? The Chariot. Now, this is that fast-moving energy. So for you, fire signs, I'm seeing that these things are coming quickly. This like new beginning, this fresh start, this Ace of Pentacles, prosperity and opportunities, that's coming quickly for you. This Five of Pentacles, where you're moving on and there's the forgiveness and you're getting on with things, like you're letting go of this feeling unloved, feeling, stuck, feeling unappreciated, feeling like there's so much uncertainty and secrets in your life. Like you're done with that. You're ready to let go. The Chariot's coming in. It's moving fast. We are jumping. Time to give rather than take. And I feel like that card has come up for fire signs a bunch. So some of it is, rather than trying to control the situation and take what you can from it, just give. All right. And so that, when it's, a time to give rather than take, and look at the greens in there. So for people who watch the channel, you know that I pick up on the colors, and that really speaks to me in terms of which messages are going together. And this, a time to give rather than take, it's really with this new energy, and with this kind of sense of moving on. Do it with love. Like, if you're trying to take from the situation as it's starting, you're probably not going to get as much of that abundance, and it's going to slow some of that Chariot energy down if you're trying to like take from the situation. All right, let's pull a card, since that was a jumper. Emotions are running high. So that's super moon. And definitely, as this energy moves quickly, the emotions are going to be running high. So just remember, if there's something that's happening, like if you're getting out of feeling trapped, feeling manipulated, if you're getting out of feeling unloved, feeling like there's all this uncertainty hanging over your head, if you're trying to get out of that, whether that's work, whether that's a relationship, whether that's a marriage, a family situation, give to the situation and just be done. You know what I mean? Like, rather than, oh, well, I'm going to try to fight for this because I feel like I've been wronged. For your own peace of mind, like, let these blessings come in faster. Like, give in a loving way, and just let some of those things go. All right. Make sure you're sharing your energy intentionally. So this message is about, and I was saying, yes, it's a time to give rather than take, but some of it is a matter of doing it intentionally. So it's not just, I'm giving everything of me to be able to make some situations go away, but giving it intentionally. Like, where are you spending your time? If there's new things that are on their way in, new exciting things, like, you also need to make sure that you're putting your energy where you're getting reciprocal energy. So, and that could be part of what these situations are, is that you had been giving too much into it, like too much of your energy. into the situation and it was leaving you feeling burned out. So anytime you're having interactions with people, whether it's work, whether it's family, whatever, it's all an energy exchange. So if the exchange is always that you do everything and the other person does nothing, like you're going to get depleted. So some of it, like with this card where I said, yeah, it's better to give a time to give rather than take. If you're so used to doing that, fine, just do it a little bit more and then be done with it. But making sure that you know that you're changing that pattern. Your card is Sea Otter, happiness. Be the master of playful living. Release expectations and enjoy every day. Let worry go and instead choose love. Surrender to the waves. Your good destiny of love is sure. So yeah, with our fire signs, it's a matter of, finding that balance between if that energy is coming in quick and emotions are high and energy is coming in like this fast moving energy to be done with something, be intentional with how you're sharing your energy, but don't be stubbornly withholding from the situation because you feel like you've been wronged, because otherwise that's just going to keep you in that energy even longer. So that was our, oh, you know what? I think I skipped over our air signs. So air signs. Let me check that real quick. Okay, so this is going to be for our air signs, our Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, because I think I did our fire signs. Usually I go in a certain order. It's just a matter of where I start, but now I got tripped up because I think that was our fire signs. So this is going to be our air signs, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. What is coming up for you? The moon. So the moon card, this is about like illusions and what's happening under the cover of night that you're maybe not aware of. So some of this feeling trapped, like, and it can be like lies and deceit. So you feel like you've been trapped by that lies and by the manipulation and everything. But remember, you had this Ace of Pentacles card. So it's new opportunities, new beginnings, new starts. And so this is the part that's going away. And even, with our Reds and our High Priestess here, in terms of like feeling uncertainty, and you have these like fears and doubts, because this card, it can be about other people are lying to you and trying to trick you. Some of it is also internally. Is your ego trying to do that? Is your mind chiming in and telling you a story that's not necessarily true? So let's take a look at our moon card and see what comes through for our moon card. All right. Meditate and contemplate. So when you have a situation where you feel like your mind is running away with some story, there is a lot of meditation that needs to be done. You do need to make sure that you're really connecting with spirit and with your intuition, and not just being swayed by whatever your ego mind is telling you. All right. Say no to people and things that stress you out. So this is, and kind of goes nicely with that. And with these cards, the Reds, say no to the things that are stressing you out. Just because somebody asks you to do something doesn't mean that you have to say yes. So some of this setting personal boundaries is important across all things. Like, some people have a hard time saying no, but if they've asked you at school to be on the PTO and, can you help us coordinate the teacher luncheon? If that stresses you out and you don't have time to do it, say no. Sometimes there's that sense of, but that would be bad. They're asking me for help. I have to help. But don't make other people's lack of planning constitute an emergency on your part. Sometimes you just have to say no to protect your own energy and make sure you're being taken care of, which goes along with this card, Cougar, assertive. In silence, you find power. Claim your leadership role and take action. You know where to go and what to do. You have the courage and confidence to succeed. So some of that assertive energy is saying yes to the things that align with you and no to the things that don't. So, so that's a matter of kind of navigating those waters. But yeah, lots of meditation for you and contemplating and really listening to the quiet, intuitive voice as opposed to listening to the loud, yelling voice. It's maybe just your fears that are coming up in your mind. So I hope today's reading has been helpful to you. And as always, take only what resonates and leave the rest behind. So I will be doing some additional videos over the next few days, like a twin flame video, is this your person video, things like that. So if you want to make sure to be alerted when those videos post, make sure you hit the subscribe and notification bell. Otherwise, I wish you peace and joy along your journey. Until next time, bye-bye.